he mauri ora. Tēnā mana, tēnā reo, tēnā rangitira mā. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Tēnā tātou koutou. Annyeonghaseyo yor. Annyeonghaseyo. Of all the exceptional actions of New Zealand forces in the Korean War, the Battle of Gapyeong was the only engagement formally recognized by the President of the Republic of South Korea, who cited the 16th Field Regiment, Royal New Zealand Artillery, for exceptional meritorious service and heroism in November 1951. The citation reads, "This unit joined the United Nations forces in Korea at the beginning of the year and has given outstanding support, firstly to the 27th British Commonwealth Brigade, later to the 28th British Commonwealth Brigade, and since the formation of the 1st British Commonwealth Division as part of that division. Its performance in the enemy offensive in April merits the highest praise. 2 batteries were initially forward in support of the 6th Republic of Korea Division, and these were skillfully withdrawn to join the balance of the regiment in a new position which the 27th British Commonwealth Brigade had been ordered to hold at all costs. Throughout the battle, during the nights of the 23rd and the 24th of April, and all day on the 24th, it operated its guns ceaselessly and efficiently, and played an important part in holding the position." It's a citation that sits on the wall of my office in the embassy. Well, the battle only lasted a few days, but it was an intense and critical one for United Nations forces, and it was the first real test of intense battle for the Kiwi gunners. The continuous, accurate artillery fire from 16th Field 71 years ago, hitting the Chinese swarming in the valleys and up these hills, was critical to the success of the Commonwealth Brigade stopping the offensive. And so it was on the 22nd of April 1951, just before midnight, the 60th Chinese Infantry Division, some 10,000 strong, attacked just north of here. The attack caught the United Nations by surprise, and orders were given to form a new defensive line. 16th Field Regiment was already located in the Gapyeong River Valley, with 2 of their 3 batteries forward firing in support of the South Korean 6th Division. During the night of the 22nd and 23rd of April, the New Zealand gunners and the Middlesex Battalion held their ground until ordered to withdraw to a position just south of here. The withdrawal of our forward batteries amidst the confusion of the hasty United Nations withdrawal is a story in itself. The Chinese then infiltrated in and around the 3rd Battalion, Royal Australian Regiment Infantry Battalion defensive positions, and they repeatedly attacked the Australian companies. Among the numerous Aussie fatalities, 1 New Zealand forward observer was killed, 2nd Lieutenant Fielder, and his 2 signallers were wounded. On the evening of the 24th of April, the Australians were ordered to withdraw, and the Chinese switched their attention to the Canadians on Hill 677. The Kiwi gunners stayed in the thick of the fighting all through the night and the following day. In one 35-minute action in support of the Canadians, the regiment fired 1,500 rounds of 25-pounder ammunition, and the following night, another staggering 10,000 rounds. During the battle, the Chinese lost about 1,000 killed and 5,000 wounded. The Commonwealth Brigade, including the US Sherman tanks and support, suffered 125 casualties and 45 were killed. The Chinese 5th offensive was blunted, and the approach to Seoul was denied, but it would be several weeks before the United Nations forces completely recaptured this ground. New Zealand was one of the first countries to answer the UN call to support the defence of Korea. Our frigates were able to sail here quickly in July 1950 that the Army units, known as K-Force, were specifically raised and trained for deployment from a public call for volunteers, and that took longer to mobilize. Nevertheless, there are many New Zealand veterans who simply dropped what they were doing at home to answer the call for volunteers to come to the assistance of the Republic of Korea and to do the right thing. These men and women made the noble sacrifice to safeguard the values of freedom and peace in the Republic of South Korea, a country they hardly knew. The prosperity and happiness we enjoy here today has only been made possible because of the blood and sweat shed by those heroes 71 years ago. So where we are today is not just a monument to the strategically important Battle of Gapyeong, which will be remembered as one of the battles that changed the course of history. It is a national monument that stands as testimony to all those who fought and fell in the Korean theatre. We will remember them all, and we definitely remember the 45 Kiwis who lost their lives in this war. Kia ora, Nambi.
Thank you, Captain Turner. I would now